Yay, the kids are finally asleep.
So do you feel like...
Playing a game?
I've got a feeling a boss fight's coming up.
Ooh, I just got wrecked.
Headshot, baby.
Ooh, it's your turn to get the baby.
So are you up to the challenge?
Run, 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 run.
And we're dead.
That's when I realized I have no idea what I'm doing.
GG. Welcome back to another episode of the Gamer Parents Podcast. My name is Kevin, and I'm joined by my awesome wife, Joanne.
Hello, everybody.
If you're new here, Joanne and I are a married couple. We have 2 kids, ages 3 and 5, and we like to talk about life and gaming for the most part. And we are parents who game and gamers who parent. Normally, we kick it off for our weekly update on life, but really quick, I do just want to mention that as gamer parents, caffeine is a big part of our daily lives.
Oh yeah, no caffeine, no gaming, no parenting.
Yeah, it's tough to make it through the day without any caffeine. I don't know if there's anyone else out there like me, and usually it's a combination of coffee and or energy drinks. And for energy drinks, I lately have been choosing Freshen Up Energy.
Yes.
In which we are actually somewhat recently affiliates for Freshen Up Energy.
Woohoo!
Which is a clean energy drink.
Yep.
Low calories. Mm-hmm. Not loaded up with a bunch of sugar and all kinds of stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so if anyone wanted to try Freshen Up Energy, you could actually use code GAMERPARENTS to receive 10% off.
Yep. Give it a try, guys.
Yes, so you can visit freshenuphydration.com, check them out. Don't forget to use our code to earn 10% off, and it's also a good way to support the podcast and, get something in return at the same time. And it's pretty good. It's quality stuff. We actually just received 3 more tubs of new flavors that we hadn't tried yet. Mm-hmm. And today I had Atom Bomb, which is like a strawberry kiwi drink.
Yep, I tasted it too.
Yeah, I really like this one. This might be like a new favorite for now.
Oh.
We did have a couple other ones that I haven't tried yet, but as of now, Atom Bomb is the bomb.
Yeah, at first I had my doubts because I was like telling Kevin, hey, I'm not sure if I want to try another energy drink. I already have my own energy drink that I usually drink from my workout sesh. And surprise, surprise, this one actually bought me over.
I like it. I think they're really good. They're quality.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So yummy. But all right, enough of that. Let's go on to our weekly updates on life.
No more ads.
Yeah. So Joanne, what's been going on this week?
So this week, we actually made s'mores. I know it's not exactly the weather for s'mores. It's been kind of warm down here in Texas, but the kids were craving it. I was too. And we had some of the ingredients left from our previous s'more night.
Yes, which doesn't normally happen that often because, we get the whole fire pit going and...
Yeah.
But we took a easy road to s'mores this time.
They were like, wait, are we going to have a fire out there? I'm like, nope. We have a fire in here. And they're like, what? And yeah, I used the stove to make a s'more. But the funny thing about this whole s'more thing, all 4 of us in this family, surprise, surprise, we have a different twist to the classic s'more. Like only Kevin eats it the regular, normal way.
Yeah, you all are not related to me, I'm pretty sure, because I'm the only one that has a s'more like with marshmallow that's cooked, chocolate, and graham crackers. You and both of our kids all have some kind of weird thing. Oh no, it's not even the same, right?
Yeah, it's not even the same.
You like it with no chocolate.
I like my s'more with no chocolate.
Which should be illegal.
I just like to put the melted marshmallow in between the 2 graham crackers, and that's satisfying.
That's not a s'more. I'm sorry. You can't. There's only 3 ingredients to make a s'more. You can't remove one and have it still be a s'more. It's like having spaghetti without the tomato sauce.
It's like s'mores with a twist.
Yeah.
And Dylan, our 5-year-old, he wanted the s'mores with no marshmallow. So it's just graham crackers and melted chocolate in between the graham crackers. I don't know.
You can't even melt the chocolate if you don't cook the marshmallow. So
I know. I don't know how it works, but he was picking out the marshmallows from his s'more. And then
Faith is the worst of them all.
No, she's actually the closest to you. She has all the ingredients. Ooh. right?
Well, she doesn't want the s'more cooked.
Yeah,
because she doesn't like the cooked part of the s'more, right? Because it gets a little bit crispy,
Yeah.
And she, whatever, doesn't like the taste or thinks it's burned or something.
Yeah, she wants the marshmallow right out of the raw, right out of the packet, and then put it in between the chocolate. No, in between the crackers and with the chocolate. So that's her style.
I'm going to start asking people how they would like their marshmallow cooked when I'm making s'mores for them, right? Like,
Medium.
is it rare to, well done, right? I'm probably more on the well done side.
Yeah,
Faith
definitely.
obviously wants hers completely uncooked.
And Dylan says no marshmallows.
Yeah.
But cook the chocolate somehow.
Or Faith was just like eating everything separately. Like, she just wanted the chocolate by itself and the marshmallow by itself.
No, she actually ate it like a bite, but it's weird.
Yeah.
Hers is like ingredients of s'mores without cooking, just
Anyways.
raw stuff.
Yeah.
But that is how a s'more is no more a s'more. Anyway, me and my puns.
Mom jokes.
Mom jokes.
Making mom jokes a thing.
Yeah, better than dad jokes. Ooh. I'm kidding. All right, Kevin. That was our s'mores episode. Do you have anything else want to add to this week?
Last weekend, we all watched Encanto together. And
Again?
I feel like we talked about it not that long ago.
Yeah.
And I had mentioned that I hadn't seen it like all the way through yet.
Mm-hmm.
So we watched it again. And this was my first time I got to watch through the whole thing, like start to finish.
I know. This is like my fourth time watching it because it takes one person one time. I'm always with that person to watch it.
Yeah, and I had like a lot of gaps in my understanding of the story before last weekend, so I feel like now I actually get it. Like, I know what it's about.
Yeah.
And I really liked it. It's probably like one of my new favorite Disney movies.
You mean the song especially?
Well, the movie in general, but I did really like the songs.
Because I hear it every day playing on your...
And I can't really explain why, because I wouldn't say Encanto songs or particularly Disney songs are like my jam, right? But I do enjoy them, and I've been pretty much listening to the Encanto soundtrack like this whole last week.
Yes.
Right? And listening to them a lot.
A lot. Like, we'll play it on our Alexa in the kitchen, in the bathroom. It's like the whole house is filled with.
Oh, yeah. Like,
Encanto.
whenever I want to play a song anywhere, like, I'm just picking one of the songs that I want to hear, and I kind of rotate through them from the Encanto soundtrack. I mean, there's songs like We Don't Talk About Bruno.
Oh, yeah.
Surface Pressure.
I feel like the We Don't Talk About Bruno is like the number one most played songs from Encanto.
Yeah.
And our daughter really liked that song.
Yeah. He keeps asking for that one as much as the Frozen ones now.
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to be up there. I'm proud of her. It's okay.
I really like that Surface Pressure one.
Yeah, that's a good one too. They have some good songs in that movie, and I never knew about it until last weekend.
Yeah, and I think it's also the whole cinematic during the song, you know?
Yeah, they did a really good job, I think, like just...
The clips.
I don't know if you would call that choreography or...
Yeah, something
like that,
yeah.
But within animation, and I feel like, they did a really good job with those. And plus, I think that's the story of the movie in general about family and tradition and everything was... I thought it was good. I thought it was a well-made movie.
Yep. So I'll be hearing more of the songs.
Yeah, I'm not done. I'm not done listening
not done,
to Encanto, by the way.
Me neither. Okay. And what else? Speaking of faith. So here's a funny story. Our 3-year-old is still, learning to pronounce her words.
She talks a lot, and her vocabulary is pretty good, but still
Getting
sometimes
better.
her pronunciation is not so great. Still learning how to speak clearer.
Not sure if that's because of me or...
No. I remember Dylan kind of being like that at that age.
I know, I'm kidding.
But yes, go on.
I'm allowed to make fun of my own accent. Anyways, so she has this thing where she calls Paw Patrol popsicle, and she also really likes to eat popsicles, and she calls popsicles, obviously. So it's always...
Well, it sounds the same.
Yeah, it sounds the same.
Like, she obviously knows they're different things, and she can tell when we say one or the other.
Yeah, but we can tell it when she says it.
And we're at the point in life where both Paw Patrol and popsicles are almost like an everyday thing. And so usually you can kind of tell if she's like, oh, I want popsicle, right? But sometimes in that case, like, it's hard because it's like you want to watch Paw Patrol? And she'd be like, no, I want Paw Patrol. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Popsicle.
Well, she means popsicle now. Like, yeah.
Sometimes we don't know if she's demanding to watch a Paw Patrol show or if she's demanding for a snack.
And it's funny because she gets really frustrated when people don't understand her.
She does. Like, she was looking for this Paw Patrol pajamas, and the babysitter was like, I couldn't find any popsicle pajamas. She was asking, and I'm telling her, no, it's the Paw Patrol one.
Yeah.
But she's saying popsicle. I'm like, yeah, that's how she sounds. It was just funny.
It's cute, though.
Mm-hmm. Baby talks.
So more recently, today, actually, we had our very own little Saturday date.
Yes,
as we like to call them.
Yeah, another Saturday date. Which doesn't happen very often, right? I mean, it's probably like a month.
Every month or so.
Yeah. And we decided to like do this just 2 days ago, I guess, right? Like, we didn't plan this in advance.
Yeah, not really.
Not like super
I
in
forget
advance.
why. We just checked with the babysitter and she was free. And so we decided to get out for a few hours.
Yeah. I just wanted some time with my husband. Oh, I mean, not in the game room.
Yeah.
Just out and about, and we went for brunch.
We tried out a new place that I'd kind of been wanting to go to.
Yeah.
It's like I would kind of describe it as like a Southern style, kind of Cajun influenced steakhouse. Mm-hmm. Right? Like they had lamb chops and steaks, obviously, and catfish, and it was pretty good. I liked the food.
Yes.
We went there for brunch.
And I'm very picky about my steak or my steak houses, right?
Okay.
So I was like, kind of like, again, having doubts about this when Kevin said, oh, this is a place I've been wanting to try. And I'm like, is this really a steakhouse? You know, like I see there's catfish and whatnot, but I just wanted to go with the flow and explore as well. And I was blown away by the taste. Like, even after my first bite, I was like, oh, it's...
Of what? Which thing do you like?
So, we had the lamb chops and a steak, right?
Yep.
And they were both, the first bite of both.
We shared both of them. They were both really good.
They were really good. Yeah, like, you had your steak medium rare, because that's the only way to eat steak, right?
Yeah. For me.
For us. I'm kidding. But it was really good. Like, it melted in the mouth, and the taste was just like, kaboom, kaboom.
Yeah, super flavorful, but
anyways, it was good, and I really enjoyed it. You know, happy wife, happy life. So yeah, I was happy during our lunch, and then
and mimosas.
Yeah, they did come with a free mimosa.
Yeah,
See,
right.
I couldn't even say it anymore because it's so good.
You have to have that with brunch, I feel like.
Definitely makes it so much romantic.
But then after our lunch date,
which we planned during the lunch date.
Yes. So the next part we kind of planned during the day while we're waiting for our food, right? We decided to go see a movie.
Or after the lunch, yeah.
Yes. And we saw Ghostbusters.
Frozen Empire.
Which is the newest Ghostbuster movie that just came out yesterday. Or I guess a few days before this recording comes out on the most recent Friday.
Yeah.
And what's your experience with Ghostbusters before I talk about mine? Did you ever see the first one?
Yeah, I did.
Long time ago?
Long time ago. I mean, Ghostbusters is usually very family friendly, not terribly spooky. I mean, there were like monsters and ghosts, but it's normally like, you know they're fake.
Yeah.
And as well as funny. Like the comedy in all of the Ghostbuster cartoons and shows, movies are normally funny. Even the last one before this, the one with Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that was like super funny to me, but I don't know. I just like it most of the time. And I saw the trailer for this, and it had like some twist to it seems. So I was definitely up because I like horror. So
it definitely seemed a little bit more like grown-up oriented compared to, like, at least from what I remember from the first Ghostbusters. Like I watched it as a kid. I was probably like under 10, right? And I don't remember like any bits where I was like, oh, that's kind of scary. Like, it was Ghostbusters, like the whole who are you gonna call, and they capture ghosts, and like that's it. This one was a little bit more with like some of the scary voices and a couple of like little jump scare kind of stuff happening, but still not a horror movie, but it made me realize like pretty early on that I was like, well, I guess Ghostbusters is not something we could take our kids to. Like they definitely would have been scared.
Yeah. I mean, back then we didn't have kids, so maybe we didn't think that way, about it. But now with kids, we are more like aware of what we want to let them see at this age.
But overall, I liked the movie. I thought it was good. I feel like they stuck to like a lot of the Ghostbuster roots, right? They even pulled in 3 of the old Ghostbusters, the ones that are still alive, right? And brought them back to kind of help fight, and kind of help the new Ghostbuster team a little bit. Yeah. Which was cool to see.
Yeah, it was just so nice to see that reunion of
actually actors. More than just 3, right? Because it was some from other movies as well. But anyways, a lot of cameos for the most part.
Yeah, and it's been 40 years since the first Ghostbuster came out. Wow. So yeah, it was 1984.
Like oh, I didn't really. I thought it was like more like late 80s. Oh, and I love the little marshmallow-looking dudes.
Yeah,
that's cute.
That was cute.
When you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Yep, not the one that we eat in s'mores. No.
But is that it for Ghostbusters?
Yeah, I don't want to give.
Spoil anything.
Yeah, I don't want to give too much spoilers.
It's still a brand new movie, but it's good. If you like Ghostbusters, it's worth seeing. Obviously, they did throw in some of the classic Ghostbuster song.
We love that.
I love that song. I remember back in middle school when iPods were first a thing, and I had that song on my iPod.
Really?
It's one of the songs that I had and I listened to.
Okay. No, I normally just sing it like randomly because of the cartoon.
I wanted to play it for Dylan and Faith since they didn't get to go, but maybe we'll do it tomorrow.
Okay.
So I think that's it for our life update this week. Let's jump into the fun stuff. Let's jump into gaming.
Yes.
So this last weekend, I set Dylan up to play some Lego Fortnite. And I forget what I was doing. I think I was busy with something else, so I didn't play with him this time. So I just got him going, got him logged into the game, gave him the controller, and pretty much the only thing I told him to do was because Lego Fortnite is a crafting and kind of survival game, but I put him in I forget what exactly it's called, like the sandbox mode or whatever. So there's no enemies, you can't die. Yeah. Well, I guess you can still die from falling and stuff, but there's no enemies that he has to fight or worry about. He can just kind of explore and build, and that would be perfect for him. And so I got him set up in a game for that, and I just told him hey, just build stuff. Build one of everything, and because that's what I've learned from building games, right, for the most part. And then I left him with that, and I let him kind of do whatever he was going to do. Yeah. And I think I came back 15 minutes later just to see how he was doing, and I saw he had built 5 different campfires, all in the same place, a bunch of campfires. And then he had built 20 trampolines.
I know, it was like a farm of trampolines.
They were everywhere. And I kind of laughed when I saw that, because I was as a more serious player, I would never do that. I feel like you're wasting materials. You don't need 20 trampolines. It's just taking up space. You need to build other stuff. But to him, he was I like bouncing. I like jumping, right? He likes to jump on the bed, and this is the Lego Fortnite version of that.
It's really interesting to see how a kid thinks, from their perspective. It's
yeah, I mean that's for me. I take it more serious. I build one of everything. I want to be able to do everything, accomplish everything. And him, it's just the more trampolines, the better.
I know.
Right, and so I he gave the controller to me to play with the trampoline a little bit, right? Yeah. And so I jumped on the trampoline, and I would try to go from one trampoline to the next trampoline. And I was oh, we should see how many times we can bounce without hitting the ground, right? Without missing a trampoline. And then he was oh, that sounds fun. And then right after that, he was I think I need to build more trampolines. So then he went back to building more trampolines because 20 or whatever he had wasn't enough.
And I saw he actually had a house or something, but with not completely walled up. You could see what's in the house, and he's I put 2 beds in it because one is for me and one is for you. He said.
Yeah, I think so.
He was thinking of.
But yeah, so I left him for a while, and then I came back, and he had built a whole house, and he had 2 beds in there, which was cool that he was kind of being creative.
Yeah.
And that's the only time he's been playing Lego Fortnite this week. But I want to try and get him to play a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. Does it save the progress?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So he can come back to it.
Yeah, he can pick up right where he left off and build more trampolines.
He would like that.
Yeah.
At least this is one Lego that Faith cannot destroy while he's away.
That's true. And we can't step on them.
Yes. No pain.
So this is also relating to Dylan.
Yes, he has been gaming a lot this week.
On his iPad.
On his iPad as well, after school.
And I don't know what it is, but he has been wanting to like download a new game like every day. Sometimes more than one every day.
I actually downloaded like 5 games back to back because he wanted them. And I'm like, I tried to be like that Shark Tank people. Like, show me what's the game about before I download it.
Well, we should. Yeah, we should actually know what it is.
And then I see it. And then the funny thing is, I'm hooked to it too. I'm like, oh my goodness, that looks cool.
So
Let's try it.
Royal Match or something different?
No, this is the long neck run or something.
Oh.
Like you collect the rings and then your neck gets higher.
Taller.
I can't believe I'm into all that. And then like you have to avoid obstacles. And if I hit one, I'll be like, no, my neck got shorter. Like, But yeah, so that was one of it. Yeah. And then another one was like, which one, like if you hit someone, like you're 5, you start with 5 power, and then you hit someone who is 3 power, and then your power becomes 8, and then they give you options whether you're going to attack the 6 or the 10 power. So
is the game actually like that? I feel like I see those ads all the time.
Yeah,
but
it was
nothing like that.
It was, but it's like after every level, there's an ad. To power up, there's an ad.
I hate that.
I know. I hate that so much. And I'm like, oh, can we delete this game right now?
Yeah.
And I taught him, like this is only like 2.7 stars. We don't need to download this game out of 5 stars or, try to tell him
to look at the ratings.
And then he's like, but 2.7 is almost 3. That's like more than half.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, Dylan, you have a point. It is more than half, but he's like, we should at least try it, and then we decide if we want to play it. So, yeah, I can foresee. I think in this past week alone, he has like played about maybe 20 games on the iPad. It's like,
oh wow,
we install and then we delete it. We install and we delete. Because I told him I'm not gonna install without him deleting some first. So he'll pick his least favorite to delete, and then we'll install a new game. And if we don't like that game, we'll just delete it and install another. So
yeah, he's been playing that like Monster Trainer one a lot lately, which is kind of like a Pokemon ripoff.
Yeah,
right, where like you go do like monster battles and they attack each other, and there's different trainers that you fight, and whatever. So it just totally reminds me of Pokemon. And I'm like, we own Pokemon, the game, right? You could be playing that instead, which is way better than this.
I know.
So maybe I can get him to play Arceus.
Maybe, that would be cool. That would be cooler than the iPad.
Yeah, he plays a lot of what a lot of people would probably call like garbage games.
Kevin.
They're just like, they all copy each other and have millions of ads trying to make a quick buck, but like they're not really quality games.
And also, he's been begging me to download Minecraft on the iPad, but it's a paid game. Obviously, you have to pay money for that. And I'm like, you could get it on the computer. It's on Game Pass. We have it. So he's like, but then the iPad's easier. I can do it everywhere. And I'm like, no, we're going to just try the free games first. Yeah. Or garbage games, as you say, Kevin. And then, I'm a cheapskate when it comes to him, because I don't want him to know that he could just buy games and,
Yeah.
They're too young to understand. No.
So this week we've also been playing quite a bit of Fortnite.
Oh, yes.
Right? And I'm really digging the season that we're in with the Greek mythology.
Yeah.
And I don't know when it happened, but within the last week or so, they added some stuff to the game. Right? Like the Chains of Hades, I think, was added because it was never there before. And the drum gun, I think is what it's called. So a few like new weapons to use, which are okay. They're not as good as the Thunderbolts and the wings that I tend to go for a little bit more. I'm still progressing on the Battle Pass because I did buy the Battle Pass this season. And hopefully I can finish it. I don't know how long it goes on. I know the Fortnite Battle Pass seems a little bit confusing to me with like multiple parts and stuff, but it's been fun and I've been enjoying it. We've been running our trios, you, me, and our friend, and having some good games and some good times. It's been fun.
Yeah.
I've been really liking Fortnite this last week.
Yeah, me too. And speaking of me too, It Takes Two is what we've been playing as well.
Yep, we've played that a few times over the last week. We played it on stream last Tuesday, and we're probably going to play it again this upcoming Tuesday.
Yes.
So check us out on Twitch. Talk about that more later. But yeah, It Takes Two. I am kind of liking this game more and more.
Yes.
Everything that I said last week still rings true, that like each chapter or area, like the game kind of gives you different tools to progress through that area. So the game's like always changing, right? I feel like most games, either you don't gain new abilities as you progress, or they just give you more and more abilities on top of everything, right? But like this one, what I kind of like about it is that like they give you some stuff to use that you need for this area, and then they take that away, and then they give you something different for like the next area.
A different area.
Yeah, so it kind of makes the game feel like way different, the part we're at now versus every other prior part.
Oh yeah, I feel like every part of this game has like a different theme, and we've already gone through the space theme and the outdoor theme,
like the tree.
Yeah,
right.
And from the garage. Was it a garage? No, not garage. Where were we before that? The shed or something where we fought the vacuum. Yeah, and then the toy theme, like so fun. Everything's been changing.
The castle,
the
castle, and then the garden, and then for a little while you're even in a snow globe, right? And have like the snowy, like wintry.
Yeah,
place.
I don't know. I can't even decide which is like my favorite part. But one thing for sure I know is like I love the story, and I can't wait to rate this game with you.
Yes. Yeah. No. Me too. It's definitely a lot longer than I thought it would be, the game. I really liked the part where we get the magnets, right?
Yeah.
That was like fun, and it also had more meaning to it, right? Of like, and I really like, I'm starting to like Dr. Hakim, right? I think that's his name.
Yes, the
right?
book
He's
of love.
The love doctor, right?
Yeah.
He's the love pro, the ones basically set this whole journey up for Cody and May to go on with the whole goal of fixing their relationship, right? And it takes a while because they're both pretty stubborn at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
And obviously they're not going to let this kind of wacky book tell them what to do or change their minds on anything. But I feel like over each chapter, he's kind of getting through to them.
Yeah.
Right? And you can see it.
Didn't we joke about this should be like the game if we have like a marriage connect group, like a group
Yeah.
to strengthen the marriage, like play this game and like each week we talk about the next chapter. Whoa.
Yeah, at the beginning of the game, I remember I was kind of like feeling more negative about it because it was like, oh, this is kind of sad, right? That like they're so mean to each other, they're like so set on divorce, right? Leaving each other. But then as they go through these challenges and work together, they start to trust each other more, be nicer to each other in general.
Yeah.
Right. And you get to go through like sweet things like places that they had been to in the past. Right.
Their first Christmas and stuff like that. But
yeah.
let's not spoil it and let's like talk about that during the rating, right?
That's fair.
Definitely made me realize that playing that game probably led to our Saturday today.
Yeah, it definitely gets you thinking, and I think it's good. It's a good one. Anyone who's in a long-term committed relationship to play It Takes Two, especially with your partner.
Yes. And what else did we play on the?
I obviously have been playing Marvel Snap, and not a whole lot to report there. I kind of went back to using my more decent decks instead of the ones I was just having fun with, just to get my rank a little bit higher to see if I can hit 90 this season, which I'm pretty close. I think I'm like 78, 79, so I'm about to hit 80, and then I'm going to try and push for 90. Hopefully I can get there, but yeah, I guess we will see. Other than that, there's not really a whole lot. I kind of like the latest card they released, which is Cannonball, who I unlocked earlier today. Which is kind of hard to use, but kind of fun to try and use. He like pushes a card around, and if they can't be moved, then they get destroyed, which is good if you can pull it off. It's really good if you can pull it off, but it's just hard to do. But I think that's it for our gaming update this week. Shall we hop into new game releases?
Yes, please.
Okay, cool. So new game releases this last week. We have Alone in the Dark on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Call of Duty Warzone Mobile on iOS and Android. Final Fantasy XIV A Realm Reborn on Xbox Series X and S. And so obviously there's 5, which I would assume are expansions for Final Fantasy XIV out, because they all came out on the same day, all for Xbox Series X and S. So I'm just going to read the expansion names to knock these out. So there was A Realm Reborn, Endwalker, Heaven's Word, Shadowbringers, and Stormblood. We also have Horizon Forbidden West coming to PC.
Yay!
Midnight Ghost Hunt on PC. Dragon's Dogma 2 on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Princess Peach Showtime on Switch. Rise of the Ronin on PS5, Acolyte of the Altar on PC, Bulwark Falconeer Chronicles on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC, Grandia HD Collection on PS4 and Xbox One, Planet Zoo Console Edition on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and lastly, South Park Snow Day on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch, and PC. So, obviously, out of those, Call of Duty Warzone Mobile coming to iOS and Android. I thought that was already a thing, but maybe it's just Call of Duty Mobile, not Warzone Mobile. I've never played Call of Duty on the phone.
Yeah, that's something new.
That'd be pretty cool if Warzone is a thing on the phone now. I don't think I could play that. I have a hard enough time playing Warzone against all these skilled, sweaty kids nowadays on my computer, let alone on the phone. Be like hard to see anything for me.
Yeah.
And then Dragon's Dogma 2. That's one that has kind of been highly anticipated, and it looked cool to me from the trailer I saw, but I think it's gotten some negative reviews so far, but it hasn't been out very long, so we'll have to see some more. And same with Rise of the Ronin. I saw some gameplay that was a little bit less than impressive to me. The graphics just didn't look very good, and then there was nothing to kind of make up for that from what I saw.
Okay.
And then Princess Peach gets her own game now. Yeah. Jack Black would be very happy with this, right? Or Bowser.
Bowser, you mean?
Yes, well, both. They're the same from the movie. But I think it's cool. Yeah, Princess Peach getting the spotlight in a game. I don't know if there's been prior Princess Peach games like there is Mario.
Yeah, never know.
So that's new as well. Anything else on this list before we get to Game Pass games?
Nope.
All right, go ahead and give us the Game Pass games.
New on Game Pass this week is The Quarry on console and cloud, Evil West on console, PC, and cloud, and Terra Invicta on PC.
So Quarry, which is just now coming to Game Pass, I don't know if you know this, but it's the same studio that made Until Dawn.
Oh,
remember that game we played
Until Dawn
together? That was like 6 years ago. Mm-hmm. We played it at least, and I remember you really liking that game.
Yeah.
And The Quarry is similar to that. Like the style is the same. Obviously, the story is different.
Okay.
And everything. So you might like that if you like Until Dawn.
It's on console and cloud, though.
Oh,
it's not
on
on
PC, which is how we play Game Pass. Okay, interesting. Yeah. So never mind. That's a bummer. Sorry.
It's okay. I have hopes it will come to PC.
Yeah, and Evil West is one that I've been wanting to play. I'm pretty sure it's co-op, and it is it's a Western, but I think you're also fighting like zombies. So it was a unique blend of Western zombie.
Oh, interesting.
Which looked kind of cool. If it's, on Game Pass, I would probably give it a try.
Yeah, might as well.
And then Terra Invicta, I have no idea what that is. I'm not sure. But that's it for Game Pass games out this week.
Mm-hmm.
Let's run through where people can find us.
Sure. You can check us out on YouTube at Gamer Parents Podcast, where you'll listen to audio recordings of this podcast.
Yep. Or over on Twitter at twitter.com/gamerparentspod.
Or Instagram at gamer_parents_podcast.
Give us a like, follow, subscribe, whatever it is, wherever it is. We would greatly appreciate it. We love seeing new podcast ratings and reviews on any podcast platform, which we promise to read those out when we do see them. And
the best way to find us is on our Discord channel, and the link to that can be found on the description of the podcast. We are usually hanging out there every night after the kids go down. If you want to hang out and chat with us or play games with us, that is where you can find us.
But that's all that we have for you guys this time, so we will catch you in the next one.
Bye!